Welcome to part 10 of my building the HMS Victory. I've been working diligently on rat lines and a little instruction on how to do those rat lines. So let me go ahead and get right into the video and show you what I've accomplished. After saying I was not going to tie rat lines on this very small platform going up to the highest yard arm, I gave it a try. I have some real fine thread. As you can see, I tied a very small square knot and then just touched it with a dab of CA glue. I have done a major correction since the last video. If you remember, I said I had taken that soft wire and made little loops here for these rat lines. It just was not working. I ripped them all out. I replaced the thicker rope work that I had with the thinner. So this is the thinner. I'm still using the very dark brown. However, when I started looking for ropes to do the where you make the climbing rope, this brown color, well, with the white background you can see, but with the ship's color you can't see it. I've gone back to using black, and what I've been happy with is Sewology. This was from Hobby Lobby. Its number is 1254242. It's about $3 a spool. Let me show you how I tie rat lines if you're inexperienced. Get yourself a piece of white paper and obviously put it behind. That helps you to see visually. And I'm going to take this thread, and on the right side, always work right to left, you're going to pass it behind and make just a simple square knot. I've got a little extra long piece of thread so that I can try and keep my hands out of in front of the camera. Always start from the right hand side, pass it between those first two, loop this around and make a very simple square knot. The trick here is you need to have the longer rope going to your left. So I'm going to slide this square knot to the other end. And now you're going to position it where you want it and pull it snug from both ends. That's the only square knot you'll do. This is called a clove hitch. It's very simple, and it prevents these supports getting pulled in when you tie the knot. You're going to take the one end, go behind the next, make sure you go under the rope where the square knot came from. So you're going under. Now you're going to go over. Okay, so I'm going back through. I went over the top, coming through, and then I'm going to go through that opening, that loop. And you're going to pull this, and the magic of it is you can pull straight down. I'm grabbing this line at the base of it, and I'm pulling down, and it does not pull those together, but it cinches that knot tightly. So let me say again, I'm going to go under, now I'm going to go over and around and through. And that's what I say inside my head every time. I'm going to pull straight down. You can cinch it and play with it a little. This is the last one in the set. So I'm going around and under. Now I'm going around and over and through. Pull that where you want it. Pull down, and you can use pretty good force. And that's it. Now you'll want to put a dab of CA glue on the two ends minimally. Some people will wax this. If this were a cotton thread, I would wax it. It is not. This is probably a nylon product. This is almost an upholstery thread. It's very strong. I have plenty extra, so I'm just going to snip this off because I can use this piece for the next one. So I'm going to repeat. First one, a simple square knot, but you need to have that end go the other direction so that knot doesn't double over. Pull it tight. Now we're going through the next opening and under. Now we're going to go through the opening and over, around, and through. Again, we're going through and under. Now we're going through and over, around, and through. Again, around and under, around and over, and through. Now, you just need to hit rewind back and forth until you figure out exactly how to do that. It makes for very nice rat lines and the climbing ropes. Here is an example where I had a problem. This little piece of wood across here snapped off, and I just made a replacement piece of wood about the same size, glued it across in front of the mast, and because that's such a tiny little part, I don't think anyone would ever notice. Here are my rat lines, and for a tiny little ship, I'm pretty pleased. These upper ones were really a challenge. You can see where I have the rope lines that will go up the mast. You can see them just draping over the side of the ship. So I have those ready to go. And I just find it much easier to pre-tie them and then put them wherever I think they need to go. You might notice I did change the captain's wheel. In the actual ship, it was a double wheel like that, and it was huge, as tall as the crew would be. So I went ahead and swapped them out. I made those on a laser cutting machine that I am blessed with, and it comes in pretty handy. Someday maybe I'll do a video on it. I don't know. I'm not that good at it, but it is a fascinating tool to have. It does put out a lot of smoke, so you have to have ventilation, and I wouldn't do it in a house. I do it out in my garage, and many times I will open the garage door and vent things out. I also have installed, hanging from the ceiling, a wind dust collector, but then I just taped a charcoal filter in front of their filter in an effort to help keep that smoke odor to a minimum. This concludes part 10. In part 11, I'm going to start working on deciding where these lines are going to get tied. They're going to support the yard arms, so I'll get to work on that. And I have plans from another ship that I built that'll give me an idea of approximately where they would go. But on this ship, we're not going to deal with perfection. We're just learning the techniques of model shipbuilding in a non-professional way. In some of my videos in the past, I had mentioned that the perfection is in the imperfection when it comes to model shipbuilding, and it's covering up and hiding your errors. Segment 11, we'll deal with rope work. This is Boiler Dan 1, and as always, thanks for watching.